.NET Standard. Works on Android, Linux, Mac, Windows, cross-platform. Yeah, it can be consumed any of these particular places. Okay. Select it. Click next. Give a name. What is the name we planned for? Access Demo 4. Oh, I did not select VB. Yeah? Sorry, guys. So let me change the language here. Visual Basic, not C#. I'm sorry. VB. Yeah. VB class library. What is the class library? As the name indicates, it's a collection of classes, man. It's just a collection of classes. Next. Access Demo 4. Come this side, man. Come this side. Sit there. Access Demo 4. Yeah. See that. Adding under my solution. So with this, my solution is going to have 4 projects now. Access Demo 1, Access Demo 2, Access Demo 3, and Access Demo 4. Okay. Click next. Here, see. You will not have any do not use top level statements. Why, sir? See, what did I say you? The top level statements we use generally when your project has a single exe. When I explained to you, I said when your project has only one one main method, not exe, one main method, then without generating a class and all, you can directly write the code. That's what I explained to you. This is a class library. Will not contain main method at all. This is a class library, will not contain main method at all. Why, sir? Because we don't run this. We only consume this. Did you understand me? We don't run this. We only consume this. So it will not have a main method at all first. Point clear or not? There is no main method going to be present. That's why we don't have that option like do not top level statements. Okay, do not use, the checkbox won't be there at all. Because no main method in this. Next. See, by default, it comes with a class. Observe it. 4 projects, 2 C#, 2 VB. And last class, when I added a console application, what I said to you, it gives you a module with a main method in it. Do you remember? But today what came? Class, nothing, no code, blank. Why? You cannot run this. You can only consume this. So try to write some code in it and consume it from wherever you want. Is it clear? Okay. Now let me write some methods in it here. Let me write some methods in it. Later on, we'll call these methods from C#. Before I write methods in this, let me tell you some few things. In VB, methods are 2 types. In VB, methods are two types. First one, functions. Second one, subroutines. What is this, sir? We did not learn anything like this in C#. In C# also we learned it. These functions are nothing but value returning methods, and subroutines are nothing but non-value returning methods. So if you recollect, in VB, in C# we learned it as value returning methods and non-value returning methods. Yes or not? Check your notes as after going back. Value returning methods are called functions, non-value returning methods are called subroutines. I said the same point for you in C# also. Are you clear? So we can write functions, we can write subroutines. And on that day I said, you remember? When it returns a value only, we should call it as a function. If it doesn't return a value, we should not call it as a function. So a correct terminology used in VB. Returning a value, function. Not returning a value, subroutine. Okay. Let's try to write some methods in the VB class now. First, I want to start with a value returning method. Okay, first let me write a method in C#. Then I'll tell you how to write the same method in VB. Okay, now? Public string say hello, string name. return hello plus name. That's it. Simple code. So it is taking a parameter, returning a string. It is taking a string as a parameter, returning a string. So it's a function or subroutine? Function. So let me tell you how to write this in VB. Public function say hello. See, your is public string say hello, but your public function say hello. When you say function, it's a value returning now. What it takes string as a parameter, correct now? How did you write in C# string name? But in VB it is reverse. It is reverse. Name as string. This is how you write. Name as string. But sir, something is missing. What is missing? Return type is missing. You said function, but what type of value it returns? Yes or not? If you don't tell the return type, the default return type is object. Every function should return a value. So what is the default return type? Object. But I want to return string. If that is the case, in the last you can write as, and then you're required to specify the return type now. Are you clear? If I don't write that as, what it will take as object? It will take it as object, but now I'm writing as string. And remember, we don't have curly braces here. Every block will have a matching end block now. So function should have end function. What is the logic? The logic is same only, man. Return hello. The concatenation operator is ampersand. The concatenation operator is ampersand. That's how you write it. Are you clear? See, in C#, parameters are three types. Do you remember? Input, output, in-out. Input, output, in-out. In VB, there are two types here. Input, in-out. There is no output. In VB, there is no output. What you have is only input, in-out. C# has input, output, in-out. But here only input, in-out is there. Okay? By default, every parameter is input, output, in-out. Louder. Input. By default, every parameter is input. If you want to make it output, we write out. If you want to make it in-out, we make it ref. Yes or not? In VB, by default, every parameter is input here also. If you want output, we prefix ref, we prefix there na. Here we prefix by ref. What is that? By ref. If you don't prefix, it is by val. What is that? By val. By val means input here. By ref means in-out. Okay. So let me copy this code. Paste it into the class. Are you guys clear or not? It's not case sensitive language here. Here I have written in lowercase, but here automatically it got converted into Pascal case. It's not case sensitive. Any case you can write. No semicolon, terminators and all. But this is VB code. Okay. And another important thing I'll tell you. Tomorrow, if you really have a requirement like this, and you need to write some code in VB, but you don't know VB. You need to write some code in VB, but you don't know VB. Don't worry. If you know how to write code in C#, write code in C#, and you can convert into VB. You can convert into VB. How, sir? Open Google. Just CS2 VB converter online. Converter, simply. It is going, so many tools are there. So many tools are available. Okay. And mostly the first one, Telerik. It's a company name actually. Is one of the most popular tool. Code converter C# to VB and VB to reverse, both it will do. Click on that. Write your C# code in this text box. It will generate you VB. Or otherwise, VB to C#. Okay now? So let us write this code there. Copy. Paste. Convert. This is not required. Even don't write also. What it did not write is only by val. If you write also, no problem. If you don't write also, there is no problem. Still, if you want, we can say by val. So both are going to be same to same. Let me copy and paste in the notepad and show you. Exactly same. Only by val is extra. Understood or not? Are you clear? Okay. Now let us try non-value returning method. Non-value returning method now. Okay. Public void add nums int x comma int y console dot right line x plus y. So what is this? Subroutine. How do you write this? Public sub add nums. X as integer, y as integer. Are you clear? And sub. Console dot right line x plus y. That's it. It's non-value returning, so we don't write as in the last now. Understood or not? So internally what it will take? By val x as integer, by val y as integer. If you want, I'll do a conversion in the tool also. Check. Pasting it, convert. Only by val are extra. Rest all code is same only. Okay, even you don't write by val also, default is by val only, no problem. Second method. Okay now? Because it is non-value returning, we don't write as something in the last now. Non-value returning it is. Do you remember yesterday, the main method in VB we saw? Yesterday main method in VB, how do you write? Shared? No. Look. Main is void. Non-value returning. So it is a subroutine. Sub indicates subroutine, non-value returning. That's what a shared submain. Nothing but no, void. Okay. Next. One more I'll try, guys. What? A method which has both input as well as input parameters. A method which has both input parameters also, input parameters also. Public void math int a comma int b comma ref int c comma ref int d. C is equals to a plus b and d is equals to a into b. I explained to you this method already in C#. Now can you help me in writing this code in VB? Come on, tell me. Public sub math. A as integer. B as integer. By ref. C as integer. By ref. D as integer. And actually, if I use the tool will write by val A as integer, by val B as integer. Inside, C is equals to A plus B and D is equals to A into B. And so, copy, paste. Okay, now, even if you check in the tool also, that will generate the same code. Copy, come to the tool, paste it here, convert. And 100% same. Okay, now? Yeah. Well, guys, we have defined a class with 3 methods now. Now I want to call these methods from C#. If you want to call it, now this should be converted into assembly first. Compilation should be done. Till yesterday, we did never talk about this specially. Why? When you hit F5, it'll compile off. Talking with you only, man. When you click F5, it will compile of the code automatically now. But now I cannot run this. If I cannot run this, how the compilation will take place? That's a question mark now. If I cannot run this, how the compilation is going to take place now? Got it? Okay, let me explain you. What is that? Because you cannot run this, you need to manually compile it. You need to manually compile the code. How to compile, sir? Open the Solution Explorer. Which project you want to compile? Right click on that project and you'll find an option called build. Are you clear? When you use build, automatically it compiles and generates you the required assembly files. Okay, just a minute. Before I build, I did not build it still. Before I build, let me take you to the assembly location. Bin debug net 8.0. See, the folder is empty. Is the folder now net 8.0? The folder is empty. Right click and simply say build. Generated C. .dll is generated. No exe. Only DLL is generated for you in this case now. PDB will be present always. I said you, PDB is for debugging. That's not important for us at all. What is important? The DLL is important. We just have the DLL file here now. So this DLL is what we just require right now. Okay. So this is called as build. Same way, we have another option called rebuild. It's like save as. Save and save as. Rebuild. Again build. When I say, you saved a file here. When you say, you did not make any modification. When you say Control S, nothing happens. Yes or not. But when you make a modification and say Control S, it will overwrite the file. But what is save as? Every time it will save a new copy. Rebuild is also same. Every time it will build. Build will build only once. If there are no modifications, second time if you click build also it won't build. Okay, actually when you build, here you'll have an output window in the bottom. You see the output window. The output window is telling you build started, project access demo 4, configuration, debug, any CPU. Next. And see the path. See the path. You already discussed on this. Now, build 1 succeeded, 0 failed, 0 up to date, 0 skipped. Okay. Now, I will use the build option again. One more time, I'll say build. Any changes done? No. Because there are no changes done. Build 0 succeeded, 0 failed, 1 up to date. No changes are there. It is up to date only. No need any building again. But when I come here and say rebuild, every time it will build here. 1 succeeded. Again, rebuild. Every time it will build now. Understood the difference or not? Same way we have another option here called clean. What is clean? Clean is reverse. Notice that. What happened? Deletes. Clean will delete. Sometimes you made a modification here, but you are building. For some reason, it is not getting built properly. So then what we should use is clean option, remove all and rebuild the things again. Okay. Now again, right click, build. See there. Hope you are clear with clean and build now. Build builds only when there are changes. Rebuild builds every time. Clean cleans the folder. It is going to clean the folder. It is going to clear you everything present inside of it. Clean. Okay. That's what exactly build and rebuild options are going to be. Well, we have built the assembly right now and we want to consume it from, yeah. Guys, we are at this stage. What is that we have taken, man? Class library. And we have compiled it and also we got the assembly. Only one step remaining. What is that? This assembly we want to consume from C#. Right click on Access Demo 2. Add project reference. We have 3 projects in the solution now. Leaving access demo 2. Array, 4 total A, but access demo 2 is adding a reference. Then it will show only 3 now. What? 1, 3, 4. And the reference of access demo 1 is already added to access demo 2 yesterday. Showing you see, checkbox checked. Now you want to add a reference to 4. Access demo 4. Click on the OK button. And these references I said you can see here. Expand, dependencies, projects. Are you clear? Otherwise, you can double click on the project and check this in the project file also. For access demo 2, the reference of access demo 1 is added. Access demo 4 is added. Both the 2 references are added for this. Clear? Come on. Now let me come to access demo 2. And here I will add one class now. Add a class. We'll name the class as yesterday. We defined a class called a testcs.vb. Right? Today, testvb.cs. Test VB. We are testing the VB code from C#. Okay? Step 1. Using access demo 4. Now, create the instance of the class. VB class. What is the name of the VB class? Class 1. Class 1 obj is equals to new class 1. See the beauty, man. In the starting classes, we were talking about 4 things here. What that is? The CLR was built on 4 principles. CLS, CTS, VES, and metadata. Common language specification, common type system, virtual execution system, and the 4th one is metadata. And I did not explain about the metadata there. And I given an overview like metadata comes into picture when you are trying to consume one language code in another language. Go and read your notes or all these videos I already posted for you in the Google Classroom. If you have any doubts, refer to the starting interaction videos. I explained all these things for you in the 4th session or 5th session. You have that video also. Okay, it has 5 principles based on which it is built. What is it? CLS, CTS, VES, and metadata. Metadata comes into picture when you're trying to consume the code from one project to the other project. When you add the reference of the assembly, what are you consuming in C#? What code are you consuming in C#? Louder. Wrong. CIL code, not VB code. Which code? CIL. Remember, this is your VB, and when the assembly generated, there is no more VB, man. This is CIL. It got converted into CIL. This CIL code you are consuming from C# now. Are you getting me or not? This CIL code you are consuming from C#. From C#, you are trying to consume the CL code. That's what exactly you're doing now. I hope you guys are clear. Understood all of you? That's what exactly we are trying to do now. We are trying to consume that CIL code in the VB. Okay? And when you try to consume that, guys, the CIL code will automatically translate into C#. See, what did you write and what is it showing you here? What did you write? Open the mouth and answer here. What did you put in the mouth? Open. What did you write? Public sub math. Yes or not? A as integer, B as integer, byte of C as integer, byte of D as integer. But see, it's translated into C# now. Void math. Int A, int B, ref int C, ref int B. But this is not what we have written. Same way, add nums. Void, add nums, int X into Y. Say hello. String, say hello, string name. That's what the metadata does, Tetl. That's what exactly the metadata is going to do for you now. It's going to do all the required translations. Okay, let me start calling up, man. First one, let me call you the method addnums. Okay, then we'll call, say hello. Okay, then we'll call the math. Math actually it has two results. So we need to declare two variables now. Int sum is equals to 0. Product is equals to 0. obj.math 100, 25, ref sum, ref product. Console dot write line, and here you're printing the sum and you're printing the product. So this is a call to addnums, this is a call to say hello, and this is a call to math. Okay, run this. Set as start a project. Startup object 2 dot test web. Got it? So last class we saw consuming C# code in VB, and today we saw consuming VB code in C#. Reverse. We just gone for performing a reverse. Is it clear, all of you? Okay, that's how the consumption is performed in this context now. C# to VB, VB to C#. Okay, is language interoperability clear? Mainly access specifiers. Are you clear with access specifiers? Yes or not? What is the scope of private? Can be consumed only within the type. Again you forget here. One day you don't remember anything here. Within the type, class or structure. Okay? Internal. Can be consumed only within the project, both from child and non-child also. Protected. Can be consumed only from child class, in the project or out of the project. Private protected. Can be consumed only within the child class in the project. See, protected child class in the project, out of the project also, other project also. Private protected child class within the project. Protected internal. First, same project, anywhere. Other project, child class. Same project, anywhere. Other project, child class. Public, global scope, anywhere. Are you clear? So you understood how to consume the things now? Two ways to consume. Inheritance, instance creation. Correct? Huh? Now, we are on one side of the coin. Let me flip the coin. And now, in the other side of the coin, what is it? How can I restrict a class not to be accessible for anyone? I want my class not to be accessible to anyone. This is my requirement. Come on, what should I do? How to make a class not to be accessible to anyone for consumption. Yes. Louder, yeah. Speak louder. Why do you whisper? There is no private class. You cannot define a class as private. You cannot define a class as protected. Only two things are allowed. Sealed is wrong. Sealed class can still be consumed by creating an instance. Class constructor should be private. Define constructor of the class as private. See, you cannot define a class private here. Yesterday I said you. Class can have only two scopes. What are the two? Internal, public. Default is internal, you can change to public. Then what you should do? You need to define all the constructors of the class as private. Recollect, when I discussed about the types of constructors, I already said you this point. Private constructor, if private constructor is there, the class is an introvert. The class is an introvert. It doesn't communicate with anyone. It will talk with itself, that's all. Are you clear? Okay, next, second question. How to restrict only inheritance? By declaring the class as sealed. Okay. How to make a class accessible? How to restrict a class? How to restrict a class not to be inherited? Declare the class as, yeah, already string class does it. String class is declared as sealed, cannot be inherited. Okay, now answer this. How to restrict a class not to did you understand? Reverse. In the second case, if you declare the class as sealed, inheritance is not possible. Instance creation is possible, no? But here I want reverse. I want to restrict instance creation and will allow only inheritance. You want to consume only inheritance. What to do? I want to give only inheritance permission. Think about the access specifiers. Who will give only inheritance access? Protected, but class cannot be protected na. Santosh, constructors can be protected. That is the answer. Yeah, class cannot be protected. First one also, class cannot be private. So what we done? Constructor. Now also same story. If class cannot be protected, then it should be used on constructor. Who can call a protected constructor? Child class only can call. So now creating instance is not possible. Who can create it? Who can consume it? Child classes can consume. So just see guys, last class, till last class we are talking, we can consume a class in two ways. One option, inheritance. Second option, clear na? Now we are talking on the other side of the coin here. How to restrict now? You want to restrict both. No inheritance, no instance creation. Declare the constructors as private. I want to restrict only inheritance. Declare the class as sealed. So instance creation is possible. I want to restrict only instance creation. Declare the constructor as protected. So inheritance is possible. See reverse. Here what is possible? Instance creation is possible. Here what is possible? Inheritance is possible. Are you clear? If these two restrictions are there, two ways you can consume. Creating instance, inheritance. Are you clear? If this is the case, nothing is possible. In this case only, creating instance is possible. In this case only, inheritance is possible. Okay? So that is how we can restrict the things by using the access specifiers. So guys, this is what I explained to you in the last class. Then we have language independency. Then we have the language independency, and coming below, first I shown you consuming C# in VB. Next I'm showing you consuming VB in C#. Is the class what I taught you today? Three methods: say hello, adnums, math. Finally, consuming the code. And here are the three questions what I raised you. How to restrict a class not to be accessible for any other class to consume? How to restrict a class not to be inherited from any other class? How to restrict a class not to be accessible for any other class to consume by creating its instance? Is that clear, all of you? Vaishnavi, the mistake in the code is your list represents what? String values. Okay, your list represents string values. But what are you trying to add? Customer list. Okay, oh sorry, customer list. Then you are writing customer.name is equals to item. Ray, values dot add customer. First thing is values dot add customer. What is values? List of string. Then how can you add a customer to it now? You can add a string to it, not a customer. The code is wrong here. I will explain you in collections. Wait. When we come to collections, we'll discuss on those topics. Your list is string, but what you're adding is a customer. How is it possible? When it is a string, you cannot add a customer to it. Okay, guys. Already we are going through the concept of the assemblies, right? Now see, assemblies are two types. First one, private assembly. Second one, shared assembly. What is a private assembly and what is a shared assembly? What is a private assembly? Vaishnavi, meanwhile, if you have any, if it is important or if you want to just get an idea earlier, in the YouTube, there are collections videos. You can go through them. Meanwhile, if there is any urgency in the YouTube, in my videos, there are collection videos. You can go through them. Okay. So like assemblies are two types. What are the two types? Private assembly, shared assembly. What is a private assembly and what is a shared assembly? By default, every assembly is a private assembly. Listen, by default, every assembly is a private assembly. What is that? Say, how do you consume an assembly? By adding a reference. Yes or not? I have an assembly. Can multiple projects add the reference or not? Or only one project can add a reference? Huh? Multiple projects can add a reference. Whenever a reference is added, what happens, immediately a copy of that assembly is created. What happens? A copy of that assembly is created. And after creating the copy, okay, it is given to the project who is adding the reference now. Look at the picture. This is the assembly. Now, project 1 is adding a reference. Immediately, a copy of an assembly is created and given to project 1 now. Project 2 is adding a reference. A copy is added now. Like this, if 10 projects are adding a reference, how many copies will you have? 10 copies. The best example I'll tell you. The notes, what you are having, I am posting this copy on the Google Classroom. Every one of you are opening the same document or downloading a copy of it. So everyone has one downloaded copy on your machines or not? All of you have one separate copy of the downloaded version now. All of you have one copy of the downloaded version. Every one of you have one downloaded copy of this assembly. Am I correct? Sorry, of the notes. It is also same only. One assembly consumed in multiple projects and every project is having a separate copy now. And that's what we call as a private assembly. That is what we call as a, now understand, this assembly is private to project 1 and this assembly copy is private to project 2. Got it or not? This assembly copy is private to project 1 and this assembly copy is private to project 2. That's how you're consuming. Understood all of you? Tell me, that's what exactly the thing is. So it is private to project 1 and private to project 2. That's what. Okay. So the point to understand is by default, every assembly is a private assembly only. By default, every assembly is a private assembly. That's what the important thing you just require to notice. Means when a reference is added, a copy is created and given to project 1 and a copy is created and given to project 2. So every assembly is by default a private assembly. I hope you guys are clearer. Yes or not? Okay, so that's what we call as a private assembly. That's what we call as a private assembly. Okay? So listen. By default, every assembly, till now, how many assemblies we created? 4. 1, 2, 2 plus 4. Array, in my solution we have 4 na? 6. Plus 2. In Oops project we have 2. 8. 9. 10. Are you clear? 1, 2. Here 4 are there. 6. Here 2 are there. 8. 9. 10. So here 4 are there. See. 2. So total 10 assemblies. And all these 10 assemblies are private assemblies. All the 10 are private assemblies. Means when a reference is added, immediately a copy of an assembly will come and sit in your project. Immediately a copy of that assembly will come and sit in your project. Did you catch my point? I'll prove you practically. Watch it. I'll prove you practically with an example. Watch this. Till now, we are adding references to projects within the solution. Now let us say adding references to projects across the solutions, not within the same solution, different solutions. Right, till now what I shown is within the solution only, I shown you all examples. Now let me show you across the solutions. First, let me create a new assembly man. Complete new project I'm taking. Language is C#. I'm creating a class library here. Morning we created VB class library, and now we are creating C# class library. Let me name it as a P assembly. Some name here, P assembly. Oh, sorry. C# 7.
Hello.
Okay, I have a public class here. In this, I'm writing a public method. Written hello from
Classes jaragatledha.
Some code. Okay, so now you see your class is public. Your method is public. Oh, you can call from anywhere you want now. Both are public only. Class is also public. Method is also public. So you can create the instance of the class anywhere and you can call this method from anywhere. Clear? But I can't run this. It's a library. Okay, na? So just build it. What I said to you in the morning, build it. Okay, just build it. Build. Assembly generated at so and so location. Watch the path, it will show you.
Like this.
Check it out. Assembly generated. Okay, na? Fine, yeah. So let me close it. Nothing to do with this. Now look at this picture. The assembly is ready. What is the name of the assembly? P-assembly.dll. Are you clear? Now I want to consume it from 2 projects now. I want to consume it from 2 projects. Project 1, project 2. Okay? But remember, when you're consuming now, make sure this project is exe. It should run. If that also doesn't run now, no use na. Somewhere you need an entry point. So don't take class libraries here. Better take app projects. Take 2 app projects. Okay na? So look guys, I am creating a new project. What do you want? Console app. I'll name it as a test P assembly 1. Two projects we are planning. So let's say I named it as a test P assembly 1. Second project we'll name it as a test P assembly 2. C sharp. Okay, what you need to do? Add a reference. Guys, right click, add project reference. Now look, this empty. Till morning we got all these options. Why? Same solution, but now same solution, a different solution. What I taught you, if you are consuming from different solution, reference should be added to project assembly. What do you remember here? Same project. Sorry, same solution. Reference can be added to project. Different solutions. Reference should be added to assembly. You need to go to the path of the assembly and add the reference now. I've shown you it already. Go to browse. Again, just a minute. Go to browse. Path of the assembly. What is it? C# 7. Add the reference. When you click on the add, it will come here. You click on the OK. The reference is added. See now. Till now what you saw? Projects. But now what are you seeing? Assembly. It is going to be an assembly. And this also we can see. When you double click on the project file, it will show you. Go and check. The previous one is showing you P assembly. P-assembly.csproj. The reference is added to csproj. Now the reference is added to .dll. There the reference is added to project. Here reference is added to assembly. And see, within the solution both will work. Out of the solution only assembly reference will work. Project reference will not work. Within the solution, project reference also will work. Assembly reference also will work. But across the solution, only assembly reference works. Project reference doesn't work. Okay, so done with this. Now, what do you want to do? I want to consume the class now. P-assembly dot class 1 obj is equals to new P-assembly dot class 1. And call the method obj dot say hello. Console dot read line. If you think writing 2 times is unnecessary, using P-assembly, so that you can directly say class 1 obj is equals to new class 1. Okay, run. Okay, just wait a second. I am now creating another project, same console app. What is the name? Test P assembly 2. Test P assembly 2. Again, add the reference. Again, add the reference. Add project reference. Guys, now observe it. 5 minutes back you added the reference now. That is where that is showing in the list here. But see the path. P assembly only. Okay, directly select the checkbox. Directly select the checkbox here. And when you have selected this, it will showing you here what is the name of the assembly created by file version. Some information it is showing you. Remember these details, we'll talk about them in detail. Assembly name created by file version. Okay. Click on the OK button. Same story. Using P assembly. What is the class name? Obj is equals to new class 1. Hanged. obj dot Selo. What happened to this suddenly? Console dot rate line. Console dot rate line. Run. So total 3 projects you created now. First one, P assembly. Second one, test P assembly 1. Third one, test P assembly 2. Now test P assembly, P assembly reference is added to test P assembly 1 and test P assembly 2 also. Are you clear? Okay, just a second. All of you observe this. C# 7. Guys, is the first project, second project, third project. Now if you go to P assembly, this is the assembly file. Correct? And the reference of this is added to test P assembly 1 and watch test P assembly 1, test P assembly 1, bin, debug, and watch. A copy of PAssembly.dll will be present here. Watch. Sir, why sir? That only I said you, man. When you add a reference, immediately a copy will come and sit here now. You added the reference now. A copy is coming and sitting here now. Like how many projects you add a reference, that many number of copies will come and sit here now. If you are going to add a reference to 10 assemblies, 10 will be sitting here now. Or for one assembly, 10 times the reference added, the same assembly, 10 copies will be present. Understood? Same way, check and test P assembly 2 also. Here also we have a copy of P assembly. Did you understand or not? What is this? P assembly. What is this? Test P assembly 2. Now see, test P assembly 2 have a copy of PAssembly.dll now. That's what I said to you, man. All of you are downloading a copy of the nodes. Every project is downloading a copy of the assembly. Clearer or not? Okay, so that is what a private assembly is. So by default, every assembly is private. Read it. By default, every assembly is private. If reference of these assemblies was added to any project, a copy of assembly is created and given to that project, so that each project maintains a private copy of assembly. Every project is going to maintain a private copy of that assembly, man. Understood? How to create? Yeah, this all process I taught you right now. First one, PAssembly.dll. Next, multiple projects. I created 2 console app projects. What did I name? And test PAssembly 2. Add the reference of about to both the projects from its physical location. You know the path of it now? And write the below code under main method of the default class program. Same code only for both. Okay. Now see. Run both the projects to test them. Then go and test them. And then go and verify under bin debug net 8.0 folder of both the projects where we find a copy of PAssembly.dll, because PAssembly.dll is a private assembly. And read the note. The advantage of private assembly is a faster execution. Why? Everyone has its own copy now. Okay, because faster execution as it was in local folder of consumer project. Whereas the drawback was multiple copies gets created when multiple projects add the reference to consume them. Tomorrow, if the reference is added in 100 projects, 100 copies will maintain here. Are you clearer? Our assembly is very small now. Imagine the assembly is going to be some 10 MB size. How much? 10 MB size. And if the reference is added in 100 projects now, nearly 1000 MB. Are you clear? And remember, 1024 MB will make 1 GB now. Yes or not? Nearly some 1000 once for some 10 MB. Now already 1 GB of space it is consuming off. So unnecessary wasting the memory or not? That is the drawback of Private. Advantage is also there here, faster. Everyone has a local copy, faster. Disadvantage, space consumption. Space consumption. Is it clearer or not? So, to overcome this problem, we have what is shared assembly. As the name indicates, this can be shared between the projects. As the name indicates, this can be shared between the projects. What is a shared assembly? Shared assembly means these assemblies can be, these assemblies are put in a central location. These assemblies are put in a central location and everyone can consume them, just like an online newspaper. You don't download a newspaper now? You don't download a newspaper. What do? You go there, read the article. And at a time, this particular article can be read by thousands of people, man. Thousands of people can open that and read this article now. Understood? You're not downloading a copy. One copy read by all people. Shared is also same. One copy consumed by multiple projects. Consumed by multiple projects. Did you understand me or not? Okay. Well, I'll tell you in detail. We learned all these things here. All these things we learned. Okay. And here I started with private and shared assembly. Read. What is a private assembly? By default, every assembly is a private assembly. That is, if a reference is added to this assembly for consumption, immediately a copy of that assembly is created and given to the project who added the reference, who added reference to it. Who added reference to it. And this is what I taught you right now. Assembly.deal is assembly we created first using class library project template. Test P assembly 1 and test P assembly T are console app projects. And for these two projects, we added the reference of PAssembly.dll. So immediately a copy of PAssembly.dll is given to test P assembly 1 and the test P assembly 2 projects. Point clearer or not? Okay. Next, what is a shared assembly? Read, guys. Did you understand? What is that? If an assembly is placed on a centralized location of a machine and then provided for consumption to various projects or application, various projects in a fear, various projects on that machine, consumption to various projects on that machine, then we call it as a shared assembly now. After reading the answer, do you have any questions on that? Yeah, very good. That should be the question. Yeah, what is the answer? Centralized location. Then you should immediately ask the question. What is it? Sir, what is that centralized location you're talking about? Where should I put it? You're telling centralized location. And what is that centralized location now? Are you clear? Read it. What is the centralized location we need to place an assembly to make it shared? What is that location you're talking about? Okay, read the answer. GAC, Global Assembly Cache. Global Assembly Cache. Are you getting me or not? Just a second. Can we add assembly to solution level? No. No, you cannot add assembly to solution level. You need to add assembly to project only, not to solution. Okay. Well, did you understand me? What is that location? Any questions after this? Louder. Not where is. What is GSE? Where is GSE secondary? Yeah, first you should know what is GSE na. Sir, what is this GSE? We never heard this word anytime now. Yes or not? What is GSE? It is nothing but a folder that is created on our machine when we install the .NET runtime software, framework or core on our machines. Did you understand me or not? What is it? It is a folder here. It is a folder that is created on our machine. And we call that folder as a GSE folder. Next question. Where is the folder? Where is the folder? Sir, where is the GSE folder? Where is the GSE folder?
అమ్మని పట్టుకుంటాం నేను 2-3 సార్లు అడిగితే అన్ని ఎత్తిపెట్టి
Operating system drive means C drive. Under that, Windows. Under that, Microsoft.NET. Under that, Assembly. Under that, GSE MSL. Read the note. Do you remember when I explained about assemblies? I thought you Microsoft installed all the assemblies on your computer when you install the Visual Studio. And all those assemblies are shared assemblies only, and you can find them under the GSE folder. Okay, come on, let's go and see. What is the folder? C drive, Windows, Microsoft.NET, Assembly, GSE underscore MSIL. From here only, you're consuming all the assemblies here. Every day you're using this assembly. Every day you're using this assembly. Okay, going forward, you will be using a lot of different assemblies in your application. We'll be working with a concept called system.collections. Just now, someone raised a question. I said, you can what that is collections. Okay, and tomorrow you're working with the databases. Okay, you'll be using all this. You'll be using these assemblies now. When you are working with files, IO. When you are building web applications, web. When you are working on desktop GUI applications, Windows. Like this, you'll have different assemblies. Hundreds of assemblies are there in this folder. There are hundreds of assemblies that are present in this particular folder. And all these are installed when I install the .NET runtime on my computer. When I install the .NET runtime on my computer. Okay, now? Next. Read it. What I said in the what I said you 15 minutes back, by default, every assembly is a then by default, if every assembly is a private assembly, then how can I make that as a shared assembly now? Read the answer. We need to install that into GSE. We need to install that into GSE. If you install your assembly into GSE, it will become a shared assembly now. Are you clear? Understood or not? Next question. How to install? How to install? You're asking only about installing, but I'm telling you about installing, uninstalling, and listing also. Did you get my point or not? Your question is only about installing, but I'm talking about install, uninstall, and listing. we are provided with a command line tool known as GAC utility, which should be used at Visual Studio command prompt as below. See that GAC util minus I means install, minus U uninstall, minus L list. In the place of minus, we can use /I, /U, /L also. Both are same only here. Are you getting me or not? Okay, so that is out. Shall we try this? Okay, remember, if you want to try this here, you need to open your command prompt, your developer command prompt in administrator mode. Everyone cannot install, uninstall here. Who can do that? Only system administrators can do that. So how to open it in administrator mode? Say, this is your developer command prompt. It's on my desktop, see. If I double click on it, it opens in normal mode. It opens in normal mode. What is it showing you here? But right click on this and use the option run as administrator, and then it will ask you for permissions, and you open this and now see administrator developer command prompt. Are you clearer or not? Okay, don't forget it. You should open this in the administrator mode. Okay, now what is the tool, guys? GAC util. GAC util. Let's try the options. First option, install. Second option, uninstall. Third option, list. Let's come from the back. First, we'll start with list. Minus L. These are the assemblies in the GSC. Did you notice it? These are the assemblies in the GSC. Are you clear or not? Okay, so totally 1189. See, when you are using this command here, if you give the name here, name is optional. If you give the name, it will show only that name now. There are 2 copies of that. Why 2 copies, sir? I given a name here. What is the name I given? Louder. There are 2 versions of it. Did you notice it? Both are assembly only, but there are 2 versions of this. Same way, if you say system, there are also 2 versions are there. First one, 4.2. 2.0 and 4.2. So 2 different versions are there. Are you clear with listing? See the syntax here. Assembly name is optional. If you don't use the assembly name, all will show. If you say assembly name, that only will be shown. What is the next option? Uninstall. Let us uninstall the S-assembly what I shown you right now. S-assembly I shown you 2 copies are there. What are the 2 copies? Total assemblies 1189. Come on, let us uninstall. Minus U. Don't use uninstall without a name. It'll uninstall of all. Be careful. Okay, which one I want to uninstall? Yes, assembly. Number of failures 0. Got it or not? Okay, fine. Now again, list. What should be the count? 1187. Check it out. 1187. So listing, uninstalling, both are clear. What next? I want to install. What do you want to install? Okay, just now we created P assembly now. It is a private or shared? Shall we install it into GSC now? Let's try installing it in the GSC. How to GSC util minus I. Give the complete path of the file now. It's not here now. Somewhere in E drive it is. Or otherwise, better go there and use this command. Here, give the path here. Or otherwise, go there. C#7. P assembly,
ఒకటి
P assembly, pin, debug, 8.2.
నాకు నీళ్ళు పెట్టేస్తా
You're in the location now. Now you can write what? GAC hotel minus I P assembly dot DLL. What do you want to install? P assembly dot DLL. Array, it did not work. You are giving an error. What is the error? See? Failure adding assembly to cache. Attempt to install an assembly without a strong name. Attempt to install an assembly without a strong name. So now we'll have a doubt now. What is the doubt? Sir, what assemblies can I install in GSC? So now I shown you. Now let us install the passembly.dll. So go to the location and run the command. Fails with an error message. What is that? Failure adding assembly to the cache. Attempt to install the assembly without a strong name. That's what it is showing you right now. Now the question will be, sir, what assemblies can be installed into GSC? Because this operation failed. If operation succeeded, I would now got this doubt. If operation succeeded, I would have not got this doubt. Why I got this doubt? Because this failed. So that's what you're asking, sir. What assemblies can be installed into GSC? See the answer? Only strong named assemblies into the GSC. What is that? We can install only. Even the error message is also telling the same thing. Only see, attempt to install an assembly without a strong name. So they're very clearly telling you, you're trying to attempting to install an assembly without a strong name. That is why the doubt, that's what I'm also telling. You can install only. So immediately our next question will be, sir, what is a strong named assembly? What is a strong named assembly? Read it. 3 attributes. What are the 3? Name, version number, public key token are known as. See, an assembly to be called as strong named, it should have a name, version number, public key token. See, you're a graduate. To call as a graduate, you should first complete your 10th class, plus 2, afterwards graduation. There is a sequence now. So if you have all these 3 certificates, then you're called as a graduate. Here also, to call an assembly as a strong named assembly, it requires 3 attributes now. What are the 3? Name, version number, public key. What is name? Every assembly has a name here. Every assembly has a name. Our assembly name is P assembly. Our assembly name is P assembly. Second, version. What is this version? Just now I shown you version numbers there. Do you remember? 2 versions are there. Every day your mobile phone updates with your versions now. Yes or not? Every day you see the mobile phone updating with the versions. You're getting different versions every day now. Am I right or wrong? So basically, what is this version? When you talk about the version, when you talk about this particular version, whenever we launch a software in the market, we'll have the first version. Going forward, we will make changes, enhancements. Whenever you make changes and enhancements, we'll change the version numbers. We don't change the software name, na? What we should change? Version number. And tell that this is the old version, this is a new version. Visual Studio 2022 is what we are using now. Earlier we have Visual Studio 2019. Both are Visual Studio only. How are you differentiating? That is 2019. This is 2022. 2022 is 17 version. Did you notice any time? It will show you. 17 is the version. 2019 is 16 version. 2017 is 15 version. Are you clear? You can see the version basically in the Visual Studio under the help. Help about. Haven't you got any time? When you open your Visual Studio in the right side bottom, you get alert messages. A new version is available and showing you the version numbers. Now, right now, 17.10.6 is the latest update what I have on my machine. Check it out on your machine. If you don't have this, you're missing an update. Are you clear? This is the latest version. This is the latest version. So every software will have this versions here. Version, every software will have a version. Like this, when an assembly is created here, an assembly also has a version. An assembly also has a version. What is that version here? The default version number of an assembly is 1.0.0.0. I don't know whether you noticed it or not. I already shown you. I already shown you here. You noticed or not? Say this is name and this is version 1.0.0.0. When I added a reference also, I said, you remember this, we'll talk on them. That is the version number. That is the default version. Okay, then your assembly has a name also, your assembly has a version also. What is the third one? Public key token. What is this public key token? Actually, a small example to make you understand about the public key token. All of you will quickly wind up. Actually, my grandfather's name is Srinivas. My grandfather's name is Srinivas. My grandfather has 3 sons. My father has 2 brothers. Okay? All these 3, as a gratitude for their father, their first son name is their father's name. So in my family, we have 3 people apart from my grandfather with the name called Srinivas now. Are you getting me or not? And all of them have the same surname. Surname will be the same only now. Same surname. But how many Srinivas are there? 3. M is my surname now. M Srinivas. In my family, ours is a Hindu undivided family. And in our family, we have 3 people with the same name called Srinivas now. Are you clear? Now, suppose imagine all the 3 went to a bank for opening an account now. All your 3 names are same. Yes or not? Will the bank manager say, one of you open here, another one go to another branch, another one go to another bank? Huh? No. All the 3 will open an account. How they are differentiated? By an account number. Everyone is given a unique account number or a customer ID. Yes or not? Is a customer ID mandatory for you or optional? That customer ID is your unique identification now. In the bank records, if I type Srinivas, 100 people will come now. In that similarities, but how do you differentiate? That is the biggest question mark now. Everyone has a unique customer ID. Are you clear? Same way, in GSC also, I can add multiple assemblies with the same name. See, in one GSC, I am adding an assembly with the name called test assembly. You are also adding an assembly with the name called test assembly now. Both are working with the same GSC. Then problem starts. Am I correct? For that reason, every assembly is given a unique key value called as public key token. What is that? Public key token. Every assembly is given a unique key value called as public key token. And that public key token is important for an assembly. Did you understand or not? Watch it, I'll show you. When you go through this, 4.0, see this. Which assembly system? V4.0. What is that V4.0? No, CLR version. What is that? CLR version. CLR 4.0. Next. 4.0.0.0. That is your assembly version. That is your, and this is a public key token. What is the public key token? B7785C561934E089. And right now, our P assembly lacks this public key token. Did you understand me or not? What it lacks? Public key token. That is why it is not a strong named assembly. Are you clear? Okay. See, read this. Anyone can place. So there is always a chance of naming conflict. So to avoid this conflict, every assembly will be having a unique key value for identification of the assembly under GSE, and we call that as public key token. And read this note. Because it lacks And that is the reason why we are not able to install it into GSE. I hope you guys are clear. We are not able to install in the GSE because it lacks the public key token. Did you understand? Your assembly is not a strong named assembly. Your assembly is not a, why? Because it lacks the public key token. Now our question will be how to get this public key token and make it strong named. I'll show you that tomorrow. How to get a public key token, make it strong named, and then install into GSE and start consuming under multiple projects. Are you clear till now? Okay, let's stop it here. We'll meet tomorrow.